Liking what I'm seeing here. Awesome. You're gonna have to check all these parts for real, for real. All right, so let's get you in here. Let's see what we got going on. Let me get that shut off for you guys. We're gonna start here in the back. Go. See something like that. We'll start back here. All right. Chalk the front tires. Yeah, they're not going nowhere, so we're good on that. Before jacking up the rear of the vehicle, remove the stock brake line bracket using a 13mm wrench. I'm gonna read it again. After raising up the vehicle, remove the stock brake line. Okay, so we need a 13mm wrench. Well, I don't know if you guys know what this means, but it means we're off to a really great start, okay? But we'll deal with that when we get there. This lean forward so we can get back in there. See if I can't get you guys to see what I'm seeing here. So you can see this one right here is what we're going for. I got 2 bolts here. Okay, that's on top of the frame to adjust that brake line down. So let's get this kind of cleaned off. Make sure I see my holes. And then we're gonna put that bracket on there. So let's see if I can't get you guys a bit. Remove e-brake cable shown in mount 3. Requires screwdriver to bend mounting loop open. Remove ABS wire. Anyway, if you guys had a 7-inch lift, what size tire would you put on there? 37, 35? This guy's got 35s. He got the 35s first and then decided to get the lift because he was scrubbing or whatever. So, all right. Remove the ABS wire, if equipped, from the frame rail shown as in number 4. Trim tool. It's not on the ground. It's not where it goes. So that means I used it today. Look for someone else when you find it. No, I got things to adapt with, but that's gonna work. Anyway, this is a hose clamp, you know. Anyway, move ABS wire if equipped from the frame rail. We did that. Allow slack in the line. Jack up the rear of the vehicle and place stands under the frame rails and remove the tires and wheels. So let's go ahead and remove the what you call it. We got 7 inches to go up. Unlike me, you know, 2's good. Lightly support the differential with a floor jack. I don't think it's going to reach. Anyway, so remove the shock absorbers using 21 wrench. Support the diff. We're going to use a pole jack, I reckon. So let's go ahead and find one of them. Boy, today at GMC there. All right, we're going to do front and rear. Back around there. Got this one. It's gonna support our diff. Make sure it doesn't fall on us. We're gonna twist her up. Oh, that was nice. Oh, ran right into the old drum there. Anyway, remove the shock absorbers with a 21mm wrench. Retain hardware for reuse. Okay. 21mm wrench. Pretty sure they forgot the word impact in there, but I know what they meant. So. Oh, there's recoil. This one's a good strut. Alright, so rough country's cool. See, it says top right there, so slide this one in. Missed it. Had it right, missed it. Where's my pry bar? Let's see if we can get this compressed a little bit. Here we go. That boy ain't going nowhere. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Oh. Okay. Well, you know, that's how it always goes, really. But we got that thing cut off there. Trash can. Let's go ahead and get her tightened back down. And we got the instructions right here. We keep it close by because, you know, it's always good to know. Remove the shock absorbers. Retain hardware for use. Yeah. This is why it's pretty important to read the instructions, okay? Because, yeah, we just put the shocks in, but now I got to undo them again because we got to get that ass end to drop so I can put the new blocks in under the leaf springs, and, you know, it just makes sense. Should have thought of that. Whatever. Anyway, remove the U-bolts. So we're going to go ahead and take these bottom ones back out. We're going to remove the U-bolts and then, you know, just keep her moving. Pretend like it didn't happen. Nice. through all the instructions here.
You got a lighter, motherfucker?
I got a lighter. Actually, in the white truck, I do. And four-wheel drive model skip step 18. Oh, skip 2 step 18. So are we 4x4? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Skip it!
Skip it.
Nice.
Instructions will get you home, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so park the vehicle, level service. We did that. Jack the front of the vehicle and up, place jack stands under the frame rails. I don't think it's gonna fit that way. Anyway. Follow the instructions. Tires and wheels, remove the factory skid plates. We can do that. Just gonna follow instructions, guys. This is what we're doing. It's what we do every time, okay? So we got the skid plate taken off. 21mm wrench, remove the tie rod ends. Remove it from the knuckle. We did that. Strike the side of the mount. We did that. Remove the sensor from the plastic claret clip. So now, remove the bracket from the control arm. Remove and unplug the ABS wire from the frame, shown in photo 3. We already did that. Remove the caliper assembly from the knuckle and hang securely. Okay. No. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, dang. Okay. Remove the axle nuts. Okay, 35mm socket. We got some of those somewhere. And that's off of there. That's good. So and that is why I paid the money for the thing, you know? It does the job. It's crazy. Axle nut from the blah blah blah, retain hardware for use. Using an 18mm wrench, remove the upper strut known as, shown in Serial 5. Alright, so let's bring this boy down a little bit. That way we can access on some things, okay? Buddy. So we did the top, retain factory hardware, 15, do the toe 2 from the lower strut as shown. That's the 15. Now we just remove the strut from the vehicle. Almost lost a finger there, but we got all 5. That's great. Well, the strut's out. That's exactly what we wanted to be done. All right, well, we're gonna go get a pickle fork. There we go. And bang, just like that. Quite honestly, yep. Ugh. Okay. So we kind of jumped around here. Photo 6, we got the strut out. We did that. Remove the sway bar end links from the lower control arm shown in photo 7 using a 15mm wrench. Okay, remove the sway bar from the frame as shown in photo 8 using a 10mm wrench. Oh, okay. 10mm wrench, retain all hardware for reuse. So now we're... remove from the knuckle. Using a 15mm wrench, remove the 6 axle shaft bolts from the differential and remove the knuckle. And remove from the knuckle. Axle out. Upper ball joint from the knuckle using 18 and 24 on the bottom. Blah, 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 blah. Excuse me. All right, so now we're going to go to the upper control arm. Let's mark. Upper control arm out. Alright, let's show you what we got going on.
Had on the show throughout the holidays.
Bingo.
And I was told that
So yesterday we got a whole bunch done.
I was told, don't talk
We're gonna
about
finish her up today for sure, but we got the diff back in.
you know, like incarcerated and stuff like that. I don't care. I don't care.
We had to cut the frame here. Make room for the diff. Says pretty straight there.
No, she does.
Cut the frame here.
So she got nailed.
So that's great. I'll put a new cross member in there like this one here.
Don't care what she says, fresh as
But
a pin.
we're making progress. 65 foot-pounds.
How fast it costs, I love it.
65 foot-pounds.
When you sign up,
Install the rear cross member in the factory location. Install the rear washer showing plate 1. Reinstall the lower control arms. Do not tighten at this time. Tighten front and rear cross members at this time. Okay, so 17 millimeter wrench is supplied sleeve and nut. Press the 10 millimeter studs into spacer. See photo 22. All right. Let's install the strut to the tower using the supplied 10 millimeter nuts and washers and lock washers. Tighten using an 18 millimeter wrench. All right, so install the lower part of the strut to the factory location. On the control arms, supplied 10 millimeter, 55 millimeter bolts, nuts, washers using a 17 millimeter wrench. Read the instructions. Okay, let's see. So install the upper strut. I'm gonna have to lower it down, I think, because I don't think I can reach that high. That would have ended my day right there. Okay, if you guys know, you know. That would have been a fucking nightmare. However, get out of here. We got it. Almost. Just like that. So install the upper strut using the 10s, did that. Install the lower part of the strut in the factory control arm, did that. Oh, well, I skipped this step. I did flip-flop the upper strut tower, and then I should have went to the bottom. Whatever. Anyway, the brake shroud should be trimmed to allow the caliper to be reinstalled. So we're going to cut the shield. Wow, look at that. straight. Nice, that looks pretty good. That was in the red. We got that out into the green. So that's by adjusting this bad boy here. Now, that's going to change. Okay, as we go ahead and do that other side, that's going to probably go back out. We're going to have to go back in and out and in and out and in and out. It's going to be a process. With it, you know, trusting the process. See if we can't bust this camber out. We're at 270 out, so we're gonna adjust this one now, and then we'll go from there. See if I can't maybe get you guys a better view. Our caster and our camber in there. Well, on the one side, we still got to do the other side. Camber caster, we're in the greens there. Could be better, could be way worse. So let's go ahead and let's go do this side. See if we can get that camber adjusted. That's green. I mean, it's cusp green, but it's green. Let's see if we can't. We got more room. We can adjust it more. But they were way out. So we got a green here, we're in the middle. Our caster, we're about even, that's good. That's what we're looking for. This might cause us to pull. But let's see what we go. Let's put our toes in, dip our toes in and see. Fella who used to work here quit. Leave your tools, they're my tools, brother. Okay. Nice, I already had that loose because I had to cut all of this. Look at that. We can just take 1 second to look at it. All of that was so messed up. It was all in the red. Everything was just everywhere. And well, by golly, this computer's saying that this car is going to drive straight. Huh.